Hello, everybody. This is Debo with Debo's Movie Reviews here, and sorry for the little 2 week delay. That I wasn't was sick and wasn't able to record, and never news. Today's review will be Hollywood Homicide, starring Harrison Ford as Joe Gavlin, Josh Hartnett as Casey Calder, featuring Bruce Greenwood as Benny Macco, White Yoakum as Leroy. I can't remember the last name because you'll later on you'll find out. And featuring Lena Olin as damn, I can't remember if she was who if she played the madam or the psychic on the talk radio psychic that Harrison Ford has an on and off character has an on and Gavlin had an on and off relationship with throughout the movie, and featuring Master P, Martin Landau, and at the beginning of the movie, the 504 boys who played, in the movie they were played H2 something that, well, either way, they played the movie was about their characters getting shot in the beginning, and of course has it leads to a record producer, label owner, whatever, just putting the head out on them because they wanted out, and then of course with security being crooked cops, and with White Zelkum's character basically being like the one that kills Hartnett's character's dad, and later on you find out, and I'll just say a thing about the Hollywood Homicide. I mean, it sounded more like a name of more like kind of concept that should have been a series, not a movie. I mean, I mean, the name Hollywood Homicide sounds like something Dick Wolf would have made, or surprise hadn't made yet. And I gotta say, a terrible attempt at a buddy cop movie, because like it's pretty much it was no secret how Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett didn't really get along during production, and just just the chemistry between the two just wasn't there, to the point that they were pretty much miscast. And I kind of say this about because I kind of thought Harrison did a decent job, but Hartnett's character was just wooden and annoying. To the saving grace was like the soundtrack where even in the ringtones it was like Hartnett's character had Funky Town, and Gavlin, played by Ford, who had had old, had the opening riff to My Girl, which is fitting for all the Motown cameos in the movie, where with Gladys Knight and Smokey Robinson as a cab driver, and then of course with the rap cameos with Corrupt being like and Master P, and kind of bit funny parts with the whole Gavlin being moonlighting as a real estate broker after when he's not policing. And overall, it has some good parts in it, like beginning with the firing range, the cold car chase with called her badass Celine Mustang. That is, actually only two movies I ever seen with the Celine Mustang, and that was where they both wreck, and that's at one point. And that's this movie and Too Fast and Furious. With and with Hollywood Homicide had like a good chase going on between old gangster and his Escalade and a little star and that Celine pulls some Starsky and Hutch Dukes of Hazard shit, and I'm just like, yeah, practically one of the better parts of a mediocre movie, mediocre and cliched buddy cop movie, which rarely lacked a buddy, all cop. Especially, but it was great performances like with Bruce Greenwood as the ball busting IA officer, and Dwight Yoakam as the villain. I mean, just pretty much the whole standout, and the whole deal of Hartnett trying to do like a character trying want to be an actor, and they have him go into perform at the Streetcar Named Desire, and I'm just like, the best performance was that Simpsons episode. And like Simpsons did it better, and I gotta say some excellent shootouts, like one at the beginning and the range, and then that one with the perp in the police parking lot, just trying to fire a gun while still being handcuffed and all, and then old Lou Lima Phillips is the as a drag queen cop, talking about hilarious can't part, and I mean it has some funny parts and some good action, but I'm about to give this about a 3 out of 5. I mean, a lot of good parts, that one or two that I would say was not in a trailer, and one that was kind of stupid, the whole wrecking the Mustang just to steal that minivan, and that was like, yeah, that was great for comedy effect, but really a minivan. I'm just like, minivans are so lame. NASCAR, so lame. Lame. There's a reason NASCAR doesn't have a minivan series. And I gotta give it to Harrison Ford. I mean, kind of even though he admits this is probably one of his worst movies, but hey, at least it wasn't Crystal Skull. Or that cop out performance he did as Han Solo. But back to Hollywood Homicide, I'd say a lot of great cameos and great soundtrack. Okay acting and mediocre plot, and definitely something PG for one of the PG-13 movies that should have been rated R, but hey, I can't. But hey, that's just my opinion. So overall, it's a 3 out of 5, and that's just being modest. All right, y'all. I hope y'all like, subscribed, and enjoy, and I'll keep dishing them out when possible.